Well, they shouldn't be doing it, but I've left notification. Anything ever happens, we're going to blow the whole country is going to get blown up.
We do not pay attention to Trump's bluster. He knows that if any hand is raised to assault our leader, we will not only cut off their hand decisively and courageously, and this is not just rhetoric, but we will set their world on fire.
Iran is upping the ante against the US and Israel by claiming it has fresh evidence of a foreign hand behind the recent protests and unrest. In a new shocker, a press TV report claimed an Israeli role is now evident in protesters' deaths, as Tehran pushes a narrative of external sabotage. The report alleged Israeli military-grade bullets were found in the bodies of Iranian children killed during the protests, turning the spotlight to claimed forensic proof. An Iranian security source told TASS that Israeli bullets were identified in 2 girls who were fatally shot, a claim being used to escalate accusations. Press TV claimed the victims were shot by foreign mercenaries in Isfahan and Kermanshah, suggesting the attacks were planned rather than spontaneous violence. One of the victims was reportedly an 8-year-old girl shot in the stomach, the chin, and the back of the head, details that intensify public outrage. Another victim, aged 3, was reportedly shot from behind on January 7th as the protests peaked, according to the same Iranian-linked reporting. Iran is now claiming the young victims were shot dead by Israeli agents during the protests, connecting street unrest to covert foreign operations. Tehran also alleged that some mercenaries were armed, trained, and recruited by Israel and America, widening the accusation beyond Israel alone. An Iranian foundation alleged 3,117 people were killed in anti-Khamenei protests across the region, presenting a casualty figure that suggests mass violence. The Iranian agency claimed most victims were bystanders and protesters shot by terror elements, blaming shadowy actors rather than state forces for many deaths. Meanwhile, the Trump-Iran war of words is escalating fast as speculation grows over possible US military action and Tehran's threatened retaliation. Trump responded to Iran's repeated assassination threats during a January 20th News Nation interview, using unusually blunt language aimed at deterrence. The US president said that if anything happens to him, Iran would be wiped off the face of the earth, describing consequences in apocalyptic terms. Trump also warned Iran would be blown up if any attack against a US president is carried out, reinforcing that he sees direct threats as a red line. Meanwhile, Iran warned Trump not to take action against Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, signaling that leadership targeting would trigger severe escalation. On January 20th, an IRGC official warned that the hand of anyone who attacks Khamenei would be cut off, a metaphor for harsh retaliation.
Well, they shouldn't be doing it, but I've left notification. Anything ever happens, we're going to blow the whole country is going to get blown up. So we've, originally Biden should have said something. When they made a statement, we always said, why isn't Biden saying anything? Because he didn't. But a president has to defend a president. Like if I were here and they were making that threat to somebody, not even a president, but somebody, like they did with me, I would absolutely hit them so hard. But I have very firm instructions. Anything happens, they're going to wipe them off the face of this earth.
We do not pay attention to Trump's bluster. He knows that if any hand is raised to assault our leader, we will not only cut off their hand decisively and courageously, and this is not just rhetoric, but we will set their world on fire. We will strip them of any security and leave no safe place for them.
On January 17th, Khamenei also condemned Trump and alleged a US role behind the riots, portraying unrest as foreign instigated rather than homegrown. Khamenei went as far as calling Trump a criminal for backing anti-government protesters, arguing that Washington is complicit in bloodshed and chaos. At the same time, speculation remains rife that Trump is keeping his options open for a strike against Iran, even as he avoids a formal commitment. New reports also claim the US is still devising decisive military options against Iran, suggesting planning is active and potentially expanding. In anticipation of a possible Trump strike nod, the US military buildup in the Middle East appears to be ramping up, increasing readiness and deterrence. US naval assets, air defenses, refueling tankers, and ground equipment have been moving discreetly, indicating preparations that could support rapid action if ordered.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.